I will obey.
Okay, now let's do this
I will
right.
do what I must.
Let's try to win this time.
Cannot guarantee their safety.
I will
Keep the
work.
back door locked.
I'm hungry. I will
This is
work.
hard
Cannot
work.
we live in
Also,
peace?
if you look at the rank
I
1
do what I am
powers
told.
in the menu, like you have the one guy holding the radio, that's basically
will
like
go.
a spy that you can place anywhere on the map.
I will work. I'm just a
Dubbed
peasant.
the Informant,
Does it have to be so
which is
far?
really useful
Building
for
construction.
scouting
Bounty
early
for
game.
enemy soldiers.
You have...
Yeah, I'll have to give him a shot sometime soon. Having some scouts as GLA
Yeah, but
is
the thing
pretty
about
important.
this particular scout is actually it's also stealth and cannot be sorry, trying to say too many things at the same time. cannot be it cannot
do
be
that all the
detected
time.
by anything
What do you want?
except that when units come close, like it has a little aura that indicates when enemy units come into that, it will actually become visible.
I will work.
Interesting.
So even if it's like right in the middle of the enemy base, as long as there's no units there, nobody can see them.
Are there not better tools?
Yeah, that could be really useful thinking about it.
Oh,
And then you have next to it, you have like this piece of paper covered in with dollars in the back where blood is the mercenary contracts, which allows you to train mercenary units,
Complete. I do what I am.
which are really powerful infantry units.
Do not hurt me.
Yeah, I actually messed around with some of those earlier. I like the long-range machine gun scout.
Yeah,
That's
you also
pretty
have
cool.
the Grenadier, which is the higher ranked one, that actually, if you put them in buses, 8 of them, you have yourself something that you could consider a super unit, basically.
What I
The
must.
tunnels will protect us.
Because they basically
Nice.
do a 3-round barrage with that grenade launcher that they carry. It does a lot of damage to quite literally everything.
This hammer is heavy. I will work.
Looking forward to trying out all this stuff. Probably not going to get it done here, though, because I'm still confused at the interface. Not that it's confusing, just that I am
course.
learning right now.
I can
That's
imagine
a
this is a first-timer.
time-consuming process.
There's also why I'm kind of bummed that people who, you know, started playing a couple of days ago were already like, you know, no, this is unbalanced, you should change shit, because, you know, I've played this game for one day and I know absolutely everything there's to know about this.
Guarding the GLA under
Oh, of course, you know, the General's Master is this anonymous guy on a fucking internet forum, that's right. None of the people playing the tournaments or anything, it's this random dude on fucking YouTube or some shit, yeah. People can be really harsh on this game.
What do you want? A warrior.
quad cannon.
Doesn't bother me anymore, though. It used to bother me back when I was a teenager, and I thought, no, I'm the best at Command & Conquer.
Yeah, of course. We all do silly things when we're younger.
Do not hurt me.
Yep.
That building cannot.
Of course, some of these guys are older now. They just never changed. They never grew up.
Also, something useful to know is that all GLA defenses, including the basic tunnels, you can still build, can be upgraded with cannonade or fortifications. What's useful to know about fortifications, however, is that they can, or when they're fortified, the gunners of the Dushkinets and Stinger sites are much harder to kill than they would be normally.
I will work.
So that's a
Nice.
very useful
Construction has been complete.
thing to consider when you're going up against somebody who likes to rush you with Humvees or quad cannons and stuff.
The next thing that moves.
Do not hurt me.
Very interesting, man. I like this so far. I can't see how people could play this in one day and go, nope, unbalanced. It's like, how the fuck could you possibly
They
see
don't,
everything
except
by
that they
now?
don't realize that themselves.
Our work is complete.
Don't get on my bad side.
Yeah, they're judging it like a fucking piece of fruit. Like, nope, this fruit's bruised. I know.
Yeah.
I could see it. Like, you could just tell by looking at it. That's so lame.
It's also because probably a lot of people don't really realize that, you know, you can't really get an accurate perspective of how a game should be balanced from, you know, just playing against the AI, because that's not really how it works.
Nope, not one bit. If I could just play the AI and be a master at this game, then I would have already mastered it by now.
It's kind of like that image that you may have seen floating about on the internet, where a guy is playing a single player where he's just like dominating everything, and then playing a multiplayer where he's just stabbed to death and all the bones are broken.
I have to look that one up, man, but it sounds par for the course for RTS games. Yeah, sadly, all my favorite game genres are populated by people that are real assholes. Like Dark Souls, that's another one. If you try to do a Dark Souls Let's Play, which I tried once, but I didn't get too many complaints, but I'm looking at other people's Dark Souls Let's Plays, and people are like, you're not doing it right, you didn't balance your stats. person's clearing the game perfectly fine, like winning, like not losing, but that's not good enough. It doesn't matter that you won the game. It's like, no, it's not my way. Not the Grandmaster Strategist way.
What? Don't push me.
Fucking babies. And of course, those are the kind of people that once you do beat them, they're like, "Nuh-uh, it was bullshit. This game's broken." Which is probably why they're telling you it's broken. They probably got their ass stopped.
That's not
like,
unlikely,
no.
yes.
Infidels will be detained.
I used to get that a lot in Twisted Metal. I'd pick Warthog, and I knew some of the, I wouldn't say the high-level strategies, but on up there, like you can donut with that car without skidding around. So if you're really good at just doing donuts, you can do these circle rams, which are really effective. And people tell me that's cheating. And, oh, he's colored green. He's camouflaged. I can't see him. Just fuck off. Really. I'm not going around saying, "Oh, I beat you. You suck." I'm usually pretty good about that. Like, "Hey, good game." And then in response, you get, "No. Fuck you. You didn't really win." Oh, people. You gotta learn how to lose.
That's very true.
Because if you can't handle losing, you're never gonna learn anything.
And you usually
That's
also
the main
learn a
thing.
lot more from losing a game than you do from winning
I will
one.
obey. Yes.
Yeah, if you keep beating up noobs all the time, you're never gonna learn a thing.
What? Don't push me.
That might make you feel better about your life, though. Okay, I've got it working out. This extra money, I think I will
Yeah, I
be
got some
pretty good
rocket buddies
shape.
all out to deal with the European artillery.
I like that. I got some of the regular BM artillery, but some rocket buggies
Yeah,
be
if
good
you
in the
also,
mix
if you
too.
pay attention, by the way, all GLA units also have like variations, just like the technicals had like 3 variants. All GLA vehicles have that now, even rocket buggies and stuff. Some of them not as drastic as the others, but they are there nonetheless. Like if you look at
Nice.
the buggies right here, you can actually see that there's like 3 different types, and you can actually even see the guys sitting inside of them right now.
Our work is complete.
Yeah, they look way better.
Oh, and another thing,
They really
by
do.
the way, you haven't seen that. They can now switch to mortar cannons,
Marauder tank assembled.
Oh,
so you can,
badass.
they can avoid PDLs and stuff like that.
That is cool, man. I like all the unit variation going on here. There's lots of options, and I always appreciate that in an RTS game, because sometimes, like say for instance, you're playing a stealth general, things can get really mundane after a while.
And generally, it's just that I personally think that every unit should be able to do one thing and then something else to support its role, or just the use of feature in general. Like for instance, all the Russian, a lot of the Russian vehicles who do not actually have a secondary option have the option to pop smoke grenades, which will distract the enemy from firing at them.
Yeah, I got hit with quite a few of those on my first skirmish. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting carpet bombed. I'm like, oh, smoke. It's actually kind of a pleasant surprise.
Scorpion tank. No lack of courage.
Okay, and the ECA just attacked me with their tier 1 tanks, so I'm gonna get a recycler and recycle some of that delicious scrap.
Oh man, I gotta master that recycler. That's gonna take a while.
It's a little bit wonky how you have to use it, but once you figure it out, it's a really, really fun unit. And here you can see...
Those are some of my favorite kind. The ones that take a lot of effort but have high reward. Kind of like the nuke games.
That's the mole mine layers, which can launch those mole bombs. You can actually see the projectiles digging their way underground there. And then they pop out under my stinger site there, or Dushka nest.
Very cool, man. Yeah, there's a lot of complexity to this, so like I said, those people are crazy for saying, oh, it's unbalanced. How the fuck could they know?
Also, if you look
That's
at that
ridiculous.
recycler here, I can now upgrade it to have the penetrator guns, which basically just gives it a quad tank cannon.
Nice, so you get yourself a
Sort to say
super
yes.
quad.
Light tank of the GLA.
And now they're bombarding me with artillery. Let's see, what do I have? I'll just pop a distraction there and let them deal with it. Because the European artillery is second to none. Like, they have the best artillery in the game.
Yeah, they were really kicking my shit in earlier. Is it longer range or just higher
Range.
power? Or is it
Range
both?
is definitely the thing that the Europeans excel at. Like, they don't have bombers, for instance, like bomber aircraft, or aircraft in general, actually. But they do have howitzer positions, which can, in this particular case, probably fire all the way from their location to my base.
Wow. That's awesome, man. I mean, I like the artillery in generals, but I really like what you did in Shockwave by extending the range. It always felt like
that's exactly the feeling that I had. But since I have the capability of changing that, I was just like, let me fix this whole lot of crap.
And it didn't really feel like it was necessary that it was short. Like, it didn't seem like it needed it for balance reasons. It seems like they just did it because of the screen zoom. Like, they were limited to... And I can understand that. I mean, back in 2003, you couldn't zoom out the camera much more without getting really bad lag. And wow, I just stomped the USA.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh wow, yeah, you got quite a lot of stuff right there.
Yeah, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. I really like what you did here. I got my mob ambush. Let's see if I can do something fun with that.
See what the Europeans all have here.
Wow, their base is really stacked.
Yeah, they have a lot of base defenses. Like the like most factions have like 2 to 3 base defenses. The EU has like 8 of them.
I tried an ambush and there's just fucking artillery all over the place now. It's gonna be hard not to crack, man.
They have these mortar pits in their base, which is like their highest tier defense structure, which doesn't do a lot of damage to an individual unit. But if you have quite a lot of them, they're really annoying because you can't do anything about them until you run into the other turrets and stuff like that. And their base defenses are really strong.
Yeah, I'm just testing the water here, but that range is crazy. I love it. All right, let's see if this huge blob of units can do anything.
I think you'll have a good chance of stumbling through them, but if you run into gun turrets or some of those tank destroyers that they have, you're probably going to have a problem.
These people will not be mocked. Ready to sting.
I already foresee problems. Pathing's good, though. I'm enjoying that. I don't know if you upgraded that or not, but it's a lot less fussy than it is on regular generals, that's for sure.
I didn't change anything about that, to be honest. Although it could be just that this particular map is actually very open and there isn't a lot of obstacles they have to maneuver around.
Very true. Also, the way that you may have rendered the vehicles could be a factor,
obviously the Marauders that they have a turret obviously makes them a lot more capable of using their ability, or well, they're a lot more effective in attack than they used to be before, when they had to stop and turn every time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that stopping and turning for the Marauder tanks was always a pain. That was pretty much number one reason to grab scrap with them, is just to get rid of that stationary turret.
But yeah, the Grad that you are using right now, which is that rocket artillery, that's basically their Scud replacement. We do intend to actually return the Scud launcher into the game at some point. We're going to make it a lot more epic, and not just a regular artillery piece.
Nice, looking forward to that. Although I gotta admit, I'm enjoying the hell out of this so far. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it, like, objectively. I could understand why you'd want to do upgrades, though, because you've already put so much work into it. Why not make it better, right?
And in the meantime, while I was looking at your stuff, they started wrecking my shit.
Oh, man, I can't believe I won this time after that last game.
Oh, mismatch.
Oh, desync. Oh, well. You can't pass that out, man.
There's a couple of things that I can fix about that, but it's really hard to figure out if it's the mod or if it's something random. But yeah, I did notice some of the things with the AI at some point, but I fixed most of those because previously in the old version, it mismatched as soon as you entered their base perimeter with a significant force that could actually beat them. It was really annoying. It was almost like the AI was like, "Oh, I'm going to lose this mismatch. Fuck you, fuck
you."
Who
knows? It's becoming sentient, man. It's fucking Skynet here. You made Skynet. You doomed us all,
so you
man.
want to try another round? Or do you want to
sure.
set your recording, or?
Oh, I gotta cycle through, but yeah, let me cycle that through. We'll get another one started.